ask you something? What's the most you ever lost in a coin toss?
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything. Just call it friendo.
Willin, what's in the satchel?
It's full of money.
He's just a guy who happened to find that money.
I got a bad feeling, Llewellyn.
It's a mess, ain't it, Sheriff?
If it ain't, it'll do till the mess gets here.
Hello, welcome to Everyone's Critic. This is Spencer Fawcett, and I'll be talking about No Country for Old Men. No Country for Old Men is about a lower-class hunter who stumbles upon a briefcase full of money. I don't remember how much. It's a substantial amount of money. He comes across it. It's the result of a drug deal gone wrong. So he takes it and hides it, and then he realizes that he's being hunted by a psychopathic hitman. So he goes on the run himself, and it's this cat and mouse chase. And the whole time, the case is being handled by a aging sheriff, and basically he's trying to reason with the man's wife to try and find out where he is to protect him from this killer, because he knows that if the killer finds him, he's dead. So let's take a look.
I'm looking for Llewellyn Moss.
You go up to his trailer.
Yes.
Do you want to leave a message?
Yes.
I don't come back, you tell Mother I love her.
Your mother's dead.
Well, then I'll tell her myself.
Got a loose cannon here.
You think this boy Moss has got any notion of the sorts that are hunting him?
I don't know, he ought to. He's seen the same things I've seen, and it certainly made an impression on me.
Just how dangerous is he?
Compared to what? The bubonic plague?
The crime you see now, it's hard to even take its measure.
It's just all out war.
You can't stop what's coming.
Is this guy supposed to be the ultimate badass?
You don't understand.
Call it. Call it.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this movie that hasn't already been said a whole lot. This movie is fantastic. And my score is a little lower. It's on the lower side for something I just called fantastic, and that's just based on personal preference. But, like, the craft, this is like a study in filmmaking. I used to think it was overrated, but then, like, I learned to appreciate some of the techniques being used, some of, like, whether it was filmmaking techniques, storytelling techniques, acting techniques. Like, it was just riveting for me looking at it through that lens, and I just think it's great. The only places I could really knock it for is maybe the entertaining and rewatchability ones, because it does seem kind of slow for a while, and it does take its time, and it's not always that gripping, but when it is, like, you're glued to the screen. There's scenes of, like, this overbearing tension that are some of the best scenes of tension that you could ever see. Like, there's just... This is seriously a study in filmmaking, a study in storytelling. It's a study in all that. This movie is fantastic. The Coen brothers do an awesome job at directing this. This movie, like, swept the Oscars in 2008, and it definitely deserved to. Javier Bardem won an Oscar for his performance. He plays the violent psychopath, and he's incredible. He's like, he's just, it's hard to describe his performance. It's just so, you can't take your eyes off of it. You're scared of this guy, and you're not even in the movie. You're scared of what's going to happen. It's just like, you hope to never know this guy, but he's so fascinating. He's such a great character. He's not really like a one-note psychopath. He has his own set of morals. He's just a fascinating character. He's written incredibly. So overall, this movie is just really great. The writing is awesome. Great dialogue, very intense dialogue. This movie is... I can imagine how hard this movie was to pull off. Like, I don't think anyone else could pull this movie off the way that the Coen brothers did. And the way that, the way it was written and the way that these actors pulled off these performances, I thought that was all just fascinating and fantastic. So this movie is great. Great story, very original story. Not one you see every day. I haven't really seen any copycats since, but I'm sure they're coming. Yeah, this movie is just fantastic across the board, and like I said, my score is a little on the lower side, and that's just because I don't always find it the most entertaining throughout the movie, and it's not very rewatchable. So overall, I give it an 8.8. I definitely recommend this. It's, especially if you like movies, this is like the movie for movie fans and aspiring filmmakers and all that. So I could definitely recommend this. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video. Thank you.